you've all heard about the controversy on the news. The Jewish wants every Christian to be circumcised. The Christians are like, whatever, man, etc., etc. Circumcision is a very sensitive issue. So it kind of makes sense why the Jewish don't really like anyone who says they don't have to do it. But let's be mindful here, because people here don't like things that they did for nothing. And with that being said, let's turn to our guest today to talk about and other things with us. It's Paul and Barnabas, Peter and James. Woo! Okay, so let's get right into the discussion. You are arguing that all Jewish believers must be circumcised in order to be saved. Can you explain the law of Moses?
The law of Moses is basically from the Old Testament where we had to follow those rules, otherwise we would be considered dirty, like spiritually dirty.
Sorry to interrupt, but let me explain the situation, okay? First, these two dweebs just marched into our city and started preaching, and then they started talking about stuff that was kind of interesting, I guess, but let's be, like, what if we're correct and you're wrong?
Oh, the point is the law of Moses doesn't apply to us anymore. It's like in the past. Right now, because Jesus died for our sins, we're cleansed of all that spiritually clean stuff and all the weird stuff that we have to do. And we won't go to hell for it. You mean, like, immediately, and we'll see what's in.
But what about those people who despise the non-believers?
Yeah, non-believers too. Everyone can have acquired Jesus' grace, like I preach every day, including the people who aren't Jewish, the Gentiles.
And discrimination is wrong anyways, so.
What would you feel if you were a Gentile and you were like, you can't go to heaven because you are a Gentile? Well, I'm not a Gentile, so in your face. But that's literally the point.
Okay, let's move on to James.
Yes, hello.
I read your proposal on telling the non-Jewish brothers what sins not to commit. How did you feel when you wrote that letter? For example, do you think they would actually follow what you commanded them to do?
I hope so. I know that some people will rebel against God, and we know that our people and their people will attack their people, but we hold no responsibility towards this event.
Well, what was your first reaction when you heard people believe that letter? And how about the others?
Well, we were overjoyed. We were pleased, and we thank God that He does everything in their life.
Well, I'm very pleased to hear that, James. Sadly, Paul and Barnabas have been getting into an argument. Can you please explain what exactly happened?
Well, originally we both were planning to go together and check up on the new believers. Well, that didn't work out too well because he wanted John to go along with us, but I disagreed.
I disagree with you because I believe that everyone is equal and yeah, so you don't have the rights to say you can't come.
So how did it end?
So I went with John to Cyprus while you went to Silas alone.
Okay, that was an interesting ending. Time's up for Times Talk Show Connect with God. That concludes today's time. Thank you, Paul, Barnabas, Peter, and the Judaizer for coming.
That guy!
This is Selena Tan here, and I'll see you all next time. Good night.